And we are now live. The May 15th, 2015, the Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Chica.
And today's date is the same forward and backwards. 5-1-5-1-5. Both ways you look at it, exactly the same.
Wow. Well, that's if you don't write it 051515.
The 20 in front of the 15.
Hey, Linda, I didn't even know you were there. Are you there, Linda?
Yeah, you are. I just snuck in.
How are you, Linda?
It's really wonderful. It's been raining almost all week.
And you guys have needed the rain.
Oh, desperately.
Down here.
Yeah, it rained yesterday here in Northern.
Oh, dog. I went out this morning and I said, oh, it might rain. So I shut the dog door and I came home 3 hours later and I had shut one of the two dogs out in the rain.
Oh, but it's a warm rain. It's not like it was snowing or anything.
No, and not only that, but that's the dog that's warm all the time anyway. She goes out and lies outside. So
it snowed in the Sierras.
Wow, we still have that.
Becky and she called me
happening.
Snowing.
It's snowing in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Really?
James, we have a great view of your closet, but we can't see you.
Did you get a new computer, James?
Yeah. Well, no.
Because this is the first time I've seen you show your face.
Oh.
He's got nice dark black hair, it looks like.
Is anybody else getting an echo?
Little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an echo too.
Uh-oh, let me see if it's me. I'm gonna mute here for a second.
It's been pretty busy as far as news in your section of the world, Gina.
Oh my goodness, bad in a bad way.
Well, the train crash, but also that pond where the guy drowned.
Yes, yes. That was within walking distance of my house.
No.
Am I still echoing?
No, you're not echoing.
Okay, okay.
Good.
We had a guy, there's a local swimming hole, and it really is not that big at all, and a guy drowned there Monday. I was sitting at my computer doing work, and I heard all the fire engines and fire whistles and all that, and yeah, that was what happened.
Wow. It's pretty cold to keep swimming.
I personally would not be swimming at this time of year at all, anywhere, even in a regular pool, let alone in a creek where the water tends to be colder anyway.
Wow. So what was he doing?
He was just swimming. This place, there are Amtrak, we'll call them tunnels that the water goes through underneath the train tracks.
Got it.
And at the end of one of these tunnels, the creek has a little waterfall, and people jump off the end of it and go swimming, and that probably is the only spot in the entire creek that's more than 10 feet deep. Oh, Dwayne's trying to get in. I'm trying to invite him.
But he's starting a new call.
I know, I know.
Try to call me and take it.
We'll see. And I can't make it stop whenever the call goes on.
Yeah, you can say decline.
Is that yours? Yeah, that's ringing like that, or is that mine?
I think it's mine, but I can't find my little hangout.
I always read my
quotes.
Mine does the same thing. Marina, I do want to talk to you a little bit about Xero.
Okay, I just sent him the new link.
Question in the chat.
Hang on just a second. I'm not getting the accept or decline. I'm just getting the annoying chimes. Okay. There we go.
Now I got it.
Please decline.
that's your, gotta be your.
Okay.
We used to do this every single week in the beginning.
I know.
Must be calling from the phone.
I just sent him the link. I know he's had, I don't know, I think at one point somebody must have blocked him or somehow his profile got somehow hung up. He
I
seems to
saw
have
his
issues
profile.
getting in.
You know, in the dashboard that where we go, you know, to when we accept going to the group, what's it called? Where everybody's
Right?
about.
Yvette, you're fading in and out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I keep hearing echo.
Well, I got an answer from Dwayne, and he said okay.
Hopefully, I've been sending him the link,
Okay.
and I did leave him a message to go to the event where the link is posted there for him to come in too.
I wonder if Sarah's going to show up.
Hi, well, we have Sarah Prevost here. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
So, Yvette, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I did want to ask Katrina, because Katrina, you know Xero, right? Are you muted? I think she's muted.
Okay.
She's not talking.
Did you just fade out, Yvette?
Yeah, you know, is it me? Maybe I need to, maybe it's my internet connection. Can you hear me?
We can, but you fade in and out.
Okay. Let me, I'm afraid to leave and not be able to come back.
I can't understand a word she's saying.
Okay.
Better?
How's this? Is it any better? No.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Katrina,
hear
can
you.
you hear me?
Maybe it's on my end then.
Yeah.
Joanna's saying I'm the one that's echoing. Am I echoing to anyone else?
No.
Well, not right now.
And Joanne said yes again. I can put earbuds in. Earbuds. Earbuds.
I hear you get the
Call whatever you want.
Little beasties in my ear.
Yeah, I guess you get those computers replacer.
Yvette, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I wanted to ask Katrina, since you've been working with Xero, because I've been told by people that do work with Xero that when you onboard with a client, the best thing to do is to start with a fresh file. You know, just start from scratch. But then some other people, like at Xero, tell me, no, just clean up the data and bring it in.
Yvette, you are completely echoing.
Okay. So Katrina, what she said is it better to start a new database completely or to clean up the old database and use it in Xero?
Well, you can bring over 2 years. So if you end the year, say you ended the year December 31st, 2014, you can bring over 2 years, 2013, 2014. A lot of people...
And I'm assuming that... Go ahead.
You're assuming what, Gina?
It brings over transactions too, right?
Yes.
Then you want to clean up your database before bringing it over.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Most definitely, yeah.
I'm having an issue because one of my clients that I'm putting in Xero, I mean, it's not a huge thing, but she's going to bring in conversion balances, you know, because I talked to somebody else and they told me, yeah, don't even bring in anything, just start it from scratch, from January 1st to present, you know. And so I was going to try that, and then I wanted to do some things to his file because for tax purposes. And then I talked to somebody else, and they told me, no, bring in their history, and then just take it from there and get the feeds going, because right now the client hasn't had any feeds in about a month, nothing. So I'm going to have to probably bring in that period from January in there if I don't use their file right now. So if I do bring in their file, I'm cleaning it all up. And how easy is it, once you get that file, to bring it into Xero? Do you know, Katrina? Can you hear me?
She is muted again.
I think she's not moving.
Having a Google.
You gotta love these Google Hangouts.
I know, right?
Man, I thought it was my answer.
Frozen nation.
I'd be curious if Xero does a better job of converting QuickBooks data than, say, QBO.
It's unmuted. Okay.
That's my computer. It's Dwayne again. Oh, no, Misha.
That's Misha. Misha's trying to call in.
Okay. Let me see if I can get her.
Dwayne. I thought he was going to get on. Hey, Katrina, are you there?
I just invited Misha again.
Oh.
I have to have one in and one out so I can hear what I say. Halfway through the event, we're still dealing with technical issues.
What else is new, huh?
Right, right.
It's interesting that each Hangout seems to have different technical issues. I don't think we have this.
If we could have the same technical issues, we would know what to do to fix it, right?
You're right. There'd be a pattern.
Right, right.
I think Katrina's here twice. Not once. Once.
So she is having technical issues.
Is James still there?
Yeah.
Hey, James. Hey,
No.
what happened to your face?
Gone.
Oh, it broke out in zips.
Oh,
Oh, please. Anyway, listen, James, have you
Got
used Stage 1?
Stage 1?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That's their online version?
Well, yeah, I was just kind of impressed because he did a demo
Oh,
on
really?
his school bookkeeping site, and it looked really nice. I mean,
Their pricing is really competitive.
yeah. Yeah. Who was saying, was it who was
Katrina?
telling us? Katrina? Or, yeah, Katrina was telling us that right now they have a special, you get 25 customers in there, and it only costs like $25.
$1 a customer. That's an amazing price. But you know what? I wanted to ask a question at this point now, too, about the different apps that you're getting for your clients. Do you use the clients under your email, name, and address, and you sign up for them, or do you use their information when signing up?
You know what I do? Like, for instance, some of these, they have, partner programs. And when I get a client to use it, they sign up on their own. And my subscription is usually free. Okay?
Right, right.
Depending on who it is. But, like, right now I'm working with Vend, and, they have this partner program right now going on. So I try to get in through the partner program, but also sometimes my clients, they just add me on as a user, as an administrative user. So it doesn't never cost me anything.
Well, I'm tending to go with being a user on their account as an administrator. So I can I'm actually using a separate Gmail account for each of my clients now.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, well, this is part of the reason why. First of all, who does that account belong to? Who is the owner of that account? If you have an account for your client and you're using your email and you're maintaining it and all of that, Are you the owner, or are they the owner because it's their information? And how easy would it be for you to separate yourself from the client then at that point, if you wanted to send them to another pro advisor, or you know what I mean?
Yes. Makes sense.
Well, yeah, well, what I do is I just have them invite me. And if that particular application, that app has like an accountant dashboard, I make sure that it's sent to the email address that I have, but I never sign them up. They do their own signing up.
Right.
And then I just request that they grant me access and send the invitation to such email.
Most of the third-party apps, they have to sign in with their login, and so they get that app from that.
But I'm talking about things like QuickBooks Online wholesale pricing, Bill.com. To have them as part of your wholesale pricing, you get billed and you pass that charge on to the client.
Right. Okay.
I'm not happy with that situation either. I don't want to carry that accounts receivable. Just says, yeah, oh yeah, just add it as part of your value added to your set value pricing once a month.
Right.
It makes it look like you're charging more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, what happens if the client has a disaster? And I'm saying it could even just be a natural disaster, like the town is flooded out. All of a sudden, they are not doing business, so they are not paying bills.
Right.
You're paying that bill for them. Will you ever get that money back?
Probably not.
Or do you just absorb it into your losses?
Yeah, I personally, I don't like to pay for their subscription for a couple of reasons. A while back ago, I got this client, and they had hired a CPA, of course, and they were doing their payroll for them on QuickBooks Online, and it was one of those where the accountant was paying for the subscription.
Sure.
So things went kind of awry with them, and it was quite a task trying to get the reports that we needed. And that's another thing. I always tell my clients, you should always have access to your, to your apps, to any of your documents, all that. Because if something happens, like that situation, I would never like to be in a situation like that, and it was not a good scenario. Let's put it that way.
Right, right.
And the only way we could get, even though it was her payroll, because he was paying for it, she could not have access to it.
Oh my goodness.
Released it to her. So that's another thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to be responsible for being a bill collector.
Hi, Nisha, you're back.
Not really. It's on my phone. I don't know what's going on.
Google's being fun today.
Oh, it crashed my computer.
Now I feel like echoing.
That's probably me because I'm right next to I'm using my phone next to my computer.
Okay.
I'm just restarting the computer now. But I couldn't get in. I got in and then it just froze.
Yeah, Dwayne's having the same problem.
Yeah,
Nisha, I'm gonna have to mute you until you get it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, all the third-party apps that I'm seeing really do try and push you to be the owner and controller of all of these accounts. And
you'll pay up before the other ones do.
Who what?
I guess they know it's more secure to get money from you.
Well,
Yeah, right.
that
easier.
absolutely is the reason I believe that they're doing it. But the reverse could be true too. You could be in a disaster. Your
Right.
town could be flooded. Then you don't have access. Then what happens? You could be in a position like Yvette, and nobody else has access to that account either.
and I'm sure they'd cut you off if you weren't paying the bill, right? So your clients are going to get honked off.
Well, I'm sure that they would, and you probably would have no say in that matter whatsoever.
Well,
There
let's
would-
say you have a flood or something, and you can't, pay the bill. Does that
Yeah.
mean that QBO is going to they're going to cut you off, which would mean they'll cut off
Every one
clients,
of your
right?
clients, right? Right,
So
exactly.
rather than having an isolated incident, you'd have a whole bunch of clients who wouldn't be happy with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is it the same way for Xero also? Does Xero ask you to pay the fee for the clients?
I think it's kind of the same thing where you can have the option of, I'm sure you can probably get a discount and, be the point of contact, but I always prefer to have the clients pay directly.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that even includes QBox, which is so cheap it's not funny.
Yeah, what I do with QBox, I give my clients a break. I pay for half, and they pay for half for the $90 because it's the convenience to me. But it comes through me. I pay the bill, but like I said, I will bill them for half of it, and then I'll pay the bill, and then it's good for a year.
Right, right. That actually is one that, if that were to happen, I wouldn't be so heartbroken. But to be paying, 10 clients monthly QuickBooks bill
Yeah.
might be a little bit much.
Yeah, if you get a couple clients who have cash flow problems, then it starts impacting you, and then could impact your
Absolutely.
paying bill.
Gina, did you get the lowdown on Bill.com on what exactly it is free? The subscription is free, but you have to pay per transaction? Or what was it?
Well, they say the subscription is free, but you have to pay for the transactions. That's true, but you also have to pay a $30 a month for the dashboard fee.
Right. Yeah, so it's not
So it's
truly
not
free.
truly free. Right, right. You don't pay
Yeah.
the monthly subscription fee, but you pay a $30 fee, and you pay the per transactions.
Yeah, I canceled mine possibly temporarily because I wasn't using it enough, and it was like I was paying $50 a month, and I couldn't really see I saw the long-term potential, but I wasn't.
Do
having
you
enough
have any clients on it?
No, that was the whole thing. I've been so
Okay.
busy with taxes that, it was kind of those things that at the time I signed up, it sounded like a great idea, but then, reality kind of set in, and I just didn't have the time to be out there marketing it. And it is kind of it's not necessarily a real easy sell, but it's not, a slam dunk. And there's some people that have some resistance to it, and so.
Well, I actually like Bill.com a lot, and I do think it's a new revolution. I do think that
Yeah.
clients need to catch up to it,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
the technology.
What does it
I think
cost
it's
the
great.
client?
Well, I think it's
Pardon
great
me?
for fraud protection.
What does it cost the client?
It's going to end up, depending on what the volume of bills that they have and how they're paying their bills, it's going to be somewhere between $40 and $60 a month. But really, I mean, when you're looking at, okay, that's cash coming out of your account, yes, that's true, but the amount of time and supplies that you save, in my mind, makes up for that.
Yeah, and not only that, there are some companies that have employees that do that, and that they're paying them an hourly fee to do that work.
Yes, yes, yes.
Plus
So-
payroll taxes.
Plus payroll taxes, absolutely. Being the accountant that you are, you do include that, Dennis. No, that is true. But we,
State and federal.
yep, and we kind of touched on that a little bit this morning. How do you explain to the clients the value of their time, or even the value of the employee's time?
Right.
It really doesn't sound like a whole lot that you're gaining, but really and truly, when you think about it weekly, it does add up.
Well, you have to do it for a while before you start seeing the benefit. It's kind of hard to say,
Well, the first time you don't have to pay for checks is really nice.
Yeah.
It reduces check fraud too, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. The security is much better on that.
I would like to like really incorporate Bill.com like with all my clients because that's the way to go, I think, you know. But like I have some clients that they write a lot of checks, you know, and when they looked into Bill.com, my client thought it was very expensive because at the time it was like, I think it was like $1.25 per check.
Right. But again, the clients that sign up, they get paid by e-checks or ACH, and that is much, much cheaper than the $1.25 per check.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, you're saving all the time that you still have to enter it into the computer, but what you're saving time on is printing the checks, stuffing them in the envelope, your postage, going to the post office to mail them, or maybe you have mail delivery at your office. I'm not sure, but to me, that's a significant amount of time.
Yep.
And that's hard to convey the savings that you would get by using it. To me, it's a wash. And for the extra added security, I think it's well worth it. And I really like the approval process also. Because nothing gets paid. Yeah.
I thought all you had to do was scan the bills and send it to them. No?
Well, you still have to enter them. You still have to enter.
I think it's one time. Once they're in the system, right? They know what account to go to. How does that work, Gina?
They get scanned into what's called an inbox. And then from the inbox you enter them, and it uses the same information. It syncs with QuickBooks, so all your vendors are there. You just enter the vendor name and the account you want it to go to, and like QuickBooks, it remembers the last time you entered anything, so it usually comes up correctly. Then it goes into the process where you have to approve it. So you can have a list of bills that are entered but not yet approved, send it to the business owner, let him approve the bills or how much of the bills he wants to pay. The other thing that I've been playing with Bill.com is they have a cash flow forecaster, which I'm really liking. That's one of the things that I'm looking for a client, that a client can understand. I mean, QuickBooks does have the cash flow reports, but I can't say that any one of my clients understands that thing at all. You're laughing, Dennis. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've been playing with QVinci. They have a cash flow forecaster. I'm still not real happy with the language, but it seems a lot easier to use. It seems a lot more automatic. I need to play with it and see if I can set the settings a little bit better to include what I want it to include and not include what I don't want it to include. However you want to say that. So that's one of the things that I'm working on, in addition to the apps that I have to look at, like Sage One, and 17 Hats, which I wish Joanne was able to speak and tell us about that.
What's going on with Joanne? What's she doing?
It's her Google connection.
So, okay, so she's just hanging?
She's just hanging. She's trying. Joanne, are you there? No, we're not hearing you yet.
Yeah, I wonder where Sarah Laidlaw is.
She's having fun this summer, I think.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joanne says she's looking at it this weekend. Okay, so maybe.
It's really good. I looked at it a little bit, you know. It looks like fun. I mean, it looks like it has everything that you need.
What is it?
17 Hats.
Yeah.
It's like a dashboard that has all the things that you need to do during the day, like your email. What were some of the things that they had shown?
It also keeps track of your phone calls. It gives you a phone log. I think tasks.
You can create a ton of templates and the workflows you need. No bookkeeping though. Yes, that was the one flaw that Seth had said, that it does not connect with your bookkeeping. But I'm okay with that. That I'm okay with.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Right.
I was thinking the same thing, Linda.
But they are working on it. So Joanne, if you look at it over the weekend, we'd be happy to have you next week to tell us about it. And then the week after that, we actually have QBox. Chris Wise is going to come talk to us again.
Did you get some notice they've got some new advanced features on it?
Yeah, the plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So think of some questions. I've put the event up already, so if you have questions and want to post them there, that would be lovely. So.
How about, has anybody here tried that cloud thing that Charles Russell been talking about?
Which cloud thing?
It's a cloud kind of a hosting, but it's a lot cheaper than, you know, a regular hosting company.
Is that QBox he was talking about?
No, something else.
Okay, no, I only know of QBox.
Just recently?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The last
I
couple of days
haven't
I've
looked
seen
into
him.
it at all yet.
I've seen him post all the time.
And if Charlie recommends it, I'd look at it.
Yeah, Charlie knows what he's talking about.
Charlie and Bill Murphy, those are the two. Anything they have to say, I'm interested.
Yep.
Yep. Charlie's wonderful. He's a really nice person, too.
And he looks at things in depth.
And he's very transparent.
Yes, yes. It looks like we have a new person here with us. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Lillian?
Julian.
Julian? Hi,
Hello.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
Romania.
All right. So
Are
you do programming?
No, I don't. Why?
Because a lot of people in Eastern Europe do programming.
Are you a bookkeeper? Or an accountant?
No. I'm interested in bookkeeping because we have a business, provide translation services, and for instance, I think QuickBooks is developed by Intuit.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so somebody, I'm not actually really involved in this, but at some point in time, somebody from Intuit scheduled a call with me, and he was not able to sell their software to me, and never got back to me. So I do have a bad impression of them. While at the same time, I thought that we should, as a team, consider more seriously their applications, because they seem good. But I will not beg somebody to sell to me. So.
I don't blame you. You may want to look at Xero. That's another option beside QuickBooks. That's a cloud solution, very close to QuickBooks Online. And I am positive they will get back to you.
They're out of Australia.
Actually, New Zealand.
I used to. We used to ship laptops to West Africa, and the way we did it was we were not allowed. You were not allowed to buy and ship like certain software programs to certain countries, and I'm not sure why, what the rules were, but we just knew we couldn't do that. So when we would ship the laptops to West Africa, we would say they had been sent to us for repairs. We had repaired them and we were sending them back, and we were actually sending laptops that had programs that could not be sold to people in West Africa. So, and that was, I think, a United States thing. I don't think it was the company. I had the feeling it was the United States has rules about what software you can sell to certain countries in the world. So I don't know.
Yes, that is a factor. I've also seen quite a few developers that they create different versions for different countries. I mean, I was talking to some Canadians the other day, and they said, why can't we use, at least as neighbors, the same features of the application as the USA citizens? And about Xero, I'm going to take a look at it. This is the second software development company that I know of from New Zealand.
Xero's
I
very
also,
good.
beg your pardon?
It's a very nice platform.
Mm-hmm.
They may be more international than Intuit is. Julian, do you have the chat open on the right-hand side?
Yes.
Yes, I can see everything that is written since I've joined.
Okay. I've put the link in for you for Xero.
Got it.
So
if you want to take a look at that.
Yes, I will. We have a company from New Zealand that I know of has created an application for voting, polling, and actually consultation about group members. So I mention it because that may be interesting for some of you if you are business people, have a team, and sometimes you need to consult or vote on something.
So what is the name of the other platform that you're talking about? Do you know?
I don't know why I cannot reproduce its name in this very second, but I can look for it and get back to you in a moment.
If you think about it, you can always post it on the event page too.
Okay.
Okay.
You sound as if you studied in an English-speaking country because you speak English extremely well.
Well, I must be more careful. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I was speaking at the same time as somebody else. James, you want to say something?
I just muted James, so you're good.
Okay, so I will have to be more careful with my pronunciation. I haven't started in an English-speaking country, but
wow.
You speak very well.
I've been a translator myself, so.
You're doing very well, Julian. I don't think anybody's misunderstood you yet.
Okay.
Well, Misha has a question. She's looking for a contact at Expensify.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's happening, Misha?
No. I got a name, and I just was wondering if anybody had worked with that particular person, like you guys. I didn't mean for you to say it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Go shh.
So Lumia, go ahead. Go ahead, Linda. I'm sorry.
I would ask Seth. Probably knows somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Joanne would know. Oh, Lumia is the application.
We'll have to look into that and get back to you.
Lumio.
Opinion stage seems an even better working application.
Well, Gina, when you want to discuss such applications, I mean, I can take a moment to tell you about Lumio because I've used it, so I kind of know its strengths and weaknesses. But I will not interrupt the main discussion about accounting. I'm interested in this, that's why I've joined you, so I'll pay attention.
Okay, thank you. Anything else anyone wants to talk about today?
Gina, question. I just connected with someone at Zen Payroll,
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody using Zen Payroll right now?
No, but I'm looking into it.
Okay, I just connected with Julian Coleman, and I signed up. I signed up because I ended up hiring somebody this week, and I was going to use.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was going to use Intuit Payroll for accountants that I've been using for a while.
But you choose Zen because?
I'm trying them out.
Okay, got it.
I get 12 months free. I think I signed up for the partner program. I could be wrong. But I'll get, when I spoke with Julian, I got because I did the one for accountants. So I'm going to try it out and see how that goes.
Well, keep us posted. Let me know.
Yeah, definitely, because I want to because Zen is partnered with T-Sheets now, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have a client who's on T-Sheets, and she's unhappy with, what she's using for payroll right now. So I was going to switch her over to Zen, since she's already using T-Sheets, and then add Expensify in the mix, and that should kind of cover us. And you guys were talking about Bill.com earlier, and
Is that a good or a bad raw?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll have to play around with it. But I like playing with the software where you get the full version of the software, not like half of it.
It's kind of hard to get the full software with Bill.com because the whole part of connecting it to your bank to do the e-checks and that kind of thing.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know if Bill.com would even work for her because it's Canadian, and we have to do Canadian checks and.
Right.
And
they're
yeah,
not good with international. I know they're good within the U.S.
Wire transfers.
Right.
Like Zurich and these other countries and stuff like that.
I'm waiting for that to come in Bill.com.
Yeah, so I don't think Bill.com would work for
You're
her.
probably correct.
Okay, that's what I was figuring. But again, because you can't play around with it the way as accountants, the way we would want to kind of pull
Get
and
our
test
fingers
and
in
all
it.
that.
Yes.
It boggles my mind when they do that.
So I have another question for you on Zen. If you have Zen Payroll, do you do the entries through QuickBooks and then send it in, or do you send them in via their dashboard?
I am not sure. I literally signed up today.
Okay.
So I haven't verified anything. I'm trying to connect I have to connect my chart of accounts and get that set up and then verify my banking and stuff like that. Did I just lose my computer?
No, you still have it. One of my problems that I have with the Intuit Payroll is if your QuickBooks database is messed up and you cannot get the information to payroll, you do not get a payroll. You cannot call them on the phone and do your checks that way. I found that out the hard way sitting, on support with Intuit one day with a client. And then you can supposedly create payroll even sitting on a beach. So that's my question.
I mean, the setup part was step one, do this. Click here, and these are the instructions. Like, I've already connected my Massachusetts Unemployment Online account to it, and that's complete. The only thing I need is my bank account to pay my people, and they're going to send me some test transactions on Monday, and then I go back and I put those in, and then that should be all of it. I've even e-signed the direct deposit forms. I've e-signed, the forms that they need to send over to the IRS. Like, I've done all of those already.
Great.
And it took me probably 15 minutes.
Nice.
To do the initial setup to get to that point. Now that I'm just waiting for the rest. So it was, in that respect, it was fine. But again, I'm also learning it as I go. So, but now they've offered a partner program where you can actually add clients and manage it for them, and you can also add other accountants to your dashboard, and when
Oh,
they
nice.
add clients, then you get a bulk discount.
Nice. Nice.
So it's really good. What is going on with my computer?
You went black on us. Now you're
Yeah.
back.
Now I'm back.
Yep.
There you go.
Right, my other computer is just going around and around. It looks like it has like 20 versions of Chrome.exe star 32.
Oh no.
And now
Chrome closed. And
it only does that when someone takes when I use TeamViewer, when it's a remote connect. And I'm not remotely connected to anybody right now.
Bye, Yvette. See you next
Bye,
week.
Yvette.
Okay, bye.
So, Misha, next week you'll have to come back to us and tell us how you're making out on Zen payroll.
yes.
Okay, yeah, because next on Friday will be my first payroll. Because I'm gonna have payroll because she started this week, but it's the payroll cycle. It's every 2 weeks, so I'll be paying next week. So I need to do what I need to do here. And it was really easy to switch my TAP, the third party, on my Massachusetts, unemployment insurance online account. That was easy, and a lot of people, I think that's the hard part for some people, is to get that initial setup, because if you don't have an account already set up, and it takes a while before you can get one, at least in Massachusetts. So that part of it was pretty, straightforward. It took me like 2 minutes to get that fixed, and I closed out the one from Intuit and put Zen in there. The dashboard looks good. I mean, it's really light. It's a light version. Like it's not cluttered. You don't have like these crazy things going on. And it literally will tell you, these are the deadlines, this is where you are with the setup, this part isn't done, this needs to be done. So far, so good. And you do have the option, I know you mentioned it earlier about paying for your clients as opposed to having them pay.
Right.
They give you the option. You can do the billing and you pay them for your clients, or you can have your clients pay them directly.
Which you're doing it for yourself.
I'm just doing it for myself right now, but when I do bring on my client, I'll have her pay. It goes right through her.
Got it.
Yeah, the only part that I'm gonna try to do tonight is to upload the IIF of my chart of accounts.
Okay.
And because I don't want to do it manually.
Right, absolutely.
So I just have to export that and then upload it here. And if that works, then
you're done until Monday.
I should be good until Monday.
Nice.
I mean, they say it's delightful payroll, so
we'll see how delighted you are Friday.
But they do have a really good help center. It's very easy to read and navigate.
Good. That is big, actually.
Yeah, so I definitely will let you guys know how it goes for this first week.
Awesome. Did anybody experience any QBO outages this week? I had 2 emergency calls, one of them being on Mother's Day morning. Wow. Honestly, yeah. I have a client that is that busy that Mother's Day was the only day he could actually do his invoicing. So I get an email like 8 o'clock in the morning that's frantic. So I call his house. I know, right?
On a Sunday?
So on a Sunday, yes, 8 o'clock Sunday morning.
Wow.
I call his house. And normally, those kind of calls, I'll wait until Monday working hours, but I could hear the desperation in that email. So I got his wife on the phone, and I had to apologize to her. I am so sorry. I am calling you on Mother's Day at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't normally do this.
Happy Mother's Day.
Right. But, you know, when the internet is down, and that's when that's the time you scheduled to work on your database, you know, it really puts a hurting on people.
Yeah.
And I heard other people got caught with that outage also.
Was it QBO that was down and not their internet, per se?
It was QBO. The internet was
Yeah.
fine. When I got the message from him, the first thing I tried to do was log on to the accountant's version and try to go in. I was eventually able to log on to the accountant's version and get into his database. He was still not able to. I had to actually create a new user and send him an invite, and that was the only way that he could have access to his database.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, pretty ugly situation, and not what I expected to be doing 9 o'clock on Sunday morning on Mother's Day.
Oh, thank God you were available to do it and help him out.
And thank God that I looked at my emails at that time and that I was awake. Usually that's my sleep-in day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Monday, I got another emergency call regarding QBox. QBox had their update over the weekend.
That didn't work the first time.
Right. Well, apparently it did not restart her client on her computer. So I had to go over how to do that with her, and she was happy. That was a 2-minute fix, and I looked like a hero at that point. I like it when it works out that way.
I love those.
Yeah, especially when the fix is only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So did anybody else have any fun experiences to talk about this week?
Actually, I went to a client that I go to once every 4 months to reconcile 4 months at a time because they're about an hour's drive away. And the lady I work with runs QuickBooks on her Mac computer on Parallels and Windows 7. And I knew there were other people in the office that used QuickBooks, but I never asked her what kind of machines they were on. I actually got there at 11:15. She did not get there till 12. I had sent her a text at 9 a.m., but I'd actually sent it to the wrong mobile number, so she never got it. It was her husband's mobile number or something. So I did send her another text around 11:45. Then from 12 to 1, we tried to get the Windows 7 to work on her Mac on the Parallels, and it kept saying that it hadn't shut down properly. And so I ran it in safe mode and shut it down and turned it back on. Finally, about 10 of 1 and we got her IT guy on the phone. At 10 of 1, I said, "Now Laura runs QuickBooks on her computer, right?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, does she use a Mac or does she use a PC?" And she goes, "She uses a PC." I said, "Oh my God, we can go to Laura's office and use Laura's." And it had taken us an hour to figure that out.
Wow.
We just went over there and did it there. And it was, she didn't have all the statements because she'd moved and she didn't know where they were. But she was able to call her bank, and her bank scanned them and emailed them to her. So it was really kind of one of those one thing after another. But she was very happy at the end because I said, well, the first 45 minutes I was there, they got me onto the internet, so I was able to do a whole bunch of emails down there.
Okay.
So I'm doing my own work, you know. you're not wasting my time. And then that hour where she and I were trying to make Windows work and we couldn't make it work, I split that with her 50-50, and I still had 2.5 hours of pay. So she was very happy, you know, and
Absolutely.
apologizing. And I said, well, you know, these things happen, you know. And it was raining real hard, and the road was in bad shape. People were hydroplaning.
Right.
And I noticed that on my way. I said, well, you know, you never know. Actually, the fact that we've had all these problems and I'm actually going back later than I planned on, I might have escaped a really bad accident. So don't worry about it. I kind of try to look at it that way. So it was neat to have it all work out. So
Good. She might be a good candidate for QBox and having her scan the statements to you once a month.
it might be. Or work with her.
Have you signed up for QBox yet, Linda?
I have not signed up for it yet.
Okay.
But I
think
would put it
will.
on.
I think I'll probably wait till our demo on Friday the 29th and maybe sign up then. So
I would put it on the PC computer.
Yeah, because I
use
don't
that
think
one.
they don't have an interface for Mac.
Yeah,
right?
but she's running Parallels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
she's
you would put it on the
But that would be so confusing, and if something were to go wrong, yeah, that's why I say.
Well,
use
she's
the PC.
thinking of getting a PC just to run her QuickBooks. I said, you can get a cheap PC just to run.
Right, absolutely.
And the
Actually,
other thing is, their data file was corrupt. When I tried to verify the data, it was corrupt. And I said, we need to rebuild the data. But I said, the thing is, you have to work with your IT person. Nobody knows which computer the data is on. It's on W. I don't know which one's W.
Right.
He has to do that, and they had moved. So anyway, that's something we have to do, and I need to really push them on that because we need to get the data rebuilt sooner rather than later.
And you may want to do the rebuild after she gets the new computer and you're all on PCs.
Yeah.
So you don't have that,
Except that if we find out where it is, I said if it's on a computer where there is a version of QuickBooks, you just need to rebuild the data on the same computer it's on. So if it's on a computer like a server and there's no QuickBooks there, you just take the data, copy it over on a USB drive or something, or email. You know, we can go through ShareFile and email it over, rebuild it, and then put it back wherever it is we want to do it. But it's easier to just leave it on a computer where you're going to be able to rebuild it there rather than moving it and taking the time.
Yeah, my client had been working on QuickBooks Piece Mac, and what she ended up doing, because I converted her to QuickBooks PC, so we could do the multi-currency.
Yes.
Because she has the multiple international companies that they're working with.
Yes.
And she bought a Surface, a little
Windows Surface.
2-in-1. It's with the keyboard, and all she runs is QuickBooks, and that's how. And she has QBox on that computer with the QuickBooks, and that's how we do all of that. And
that's handy to know. I'll tell her that if she wants to go out and buy a Surface, that it will run on that.
Yes. And hers, she got it last year, and we haven't had any issues. So we know when she's ready to do QuickBooks work, it's all entered there, and then I get it and immediately and buy a QBox. So it's been working out. But there was a point, because we were using Dropbox, where we had a lot of conflicted files. So we lost a bunch of data in between when I realized it was starting to conflict and when I signed up for QBox. Yeah. So now we're trying to kind of recreate the piece, and I gotta mute this because the train is loud and the window's open. And I can't find my
train. There's the train! Yay!
Keisha's back! Yay!
Oh, that's not the same train. No, you're in Connecticut. You're not down in Pennsylvania. That train didn't go near you, did it, Gina?
That was in Philadelphia. It was right at the Philadelphia 30th Street station, right in town. Yeah. Apparently there was a big curve that they were going around, and instead of slowing down, they sped up. They hit the curve at over 100 miles an hour. So the train did not turn. It went straight, and the track turned. So killed, I'm not sure if it was 7 or 8 people. Heartbreaking stories, heartbreaking stories.
It was 8 at the end because they found the 8th person underneath the last car that they pulled up.
Yeah, 8 people.
That was sad.
It is.
That's pretty scary, right? Going 100 miles an hour with no seatbelts on, you become a flying projectile, you know?
Well, that was the problem. You know, everybody became projectiles. And they said that there was no warning whatsoever. The people were doing whatever it was they were doing, and then the next thing they knew, they were walking alongside of the tracks, or someone was coming to them, asking them, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" So.
Yeah, it'd be pretty scary to go flying through the air.
Right, absolutely. So it was not a good week for Philadelphia here.
No, it was not. So, well, it was a good week for us in California. We got some rain. We didn't break the drought, but now they're actually talking about maybe there's going to be an El Nino and it's going to rain all summer long.
One extreme to the other. You're going to be careful. Don't be hydroplaning.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to say any parting words? I think half of everybody's muted or can't even get on, and we never did get Dwayne on. This may even be the second week that we weren't able to get on. I'm going to work with him more next week. Hopefully he can try and come on a little bit earlier before we actually go live, and I can help him get on.
Well, I actually didn't get a notification when you sent me the call. I didn't get it. But then when I was trying to get on, it would ring. And then I was like, what's going on? And then it crashed my computer. And then I got on the phone. And then I restarted the computer. And then that's when the thing just went black. And it went black twice. And I don't know. I just need a server. I'm done. I need a server. I have way too much stuff on this computer and running internet and all of that stuff. It's crazy.
Well, normally I get the little bell in the upper right hand corner.
Right.
It's light up, and then I see the invitation. But this time, I went to the event because I didn't see it on that. I went to the event page, and there was, a link to. It looked like a Hangout link, so I clicked on that, and lo and behold, it was.
I never can tell with Google, honestly. I send you guys invites personally. Dennis, you are one that gets it personal. Dwayne is. James, I know you're having problems. Joanne is. The people that usually come and join the Hangouts do get an invitation personally. Then I send out an invitation to my circles, and I also put the link on the event page. So if you're invited, you should be able to click that link and get in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
that's how I get in today. So.
Okay.
It came to me on my phone, and when I got home, I just click on the little Hangouts app, and it says you're in a call, and I just click and I join it. So don't ask me.
You were good to go today. Well, any parting words from anybody today?
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Next week we're going to talk to Misha about Zen Payroll and Joanne. 17 hats. No, she is 17 hats. And we can talk Xero if you'd like. Yvette and Dennis love Xero.
All right.
And enough rain.
And I'm sorry, Julian?
Enough rain.
Enough rain. You're ready to not have any more rain.
Good.
Okay. We'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.